Dunne was shot dead at his friend John Fairbrother's 38th birthday party at the Fossa House pub in Cabra in Dublin. The detective inspector in charge of the investigation, Fran Sweeney, told the coroner's court that 4 men were involved in the murder. The driver remained in the car. 3 men got out. The shooting was captured on CCTV. 2 gunmen went into the pub. 1 remained outside, and 1 witness said that this gunman held a gun to the head of a customer outside the pub while the other 2 gunmen went inside. Now, one of the gunmen took the lead. He gestured to people and shouted, "Down, down, everybody down," before firing a volley of shots at Eamon Dunne, who was sitting with his own daughter and a group of friends. Now, the post-mortem showed that Eamon Dunne was hit with 8 bullets, shot twice in the back of the head. 6 bullets were recovered from his body. The detective inspector said it was a targeted killing, that Dunne was singled out and shot dead, and that there had been a number of threats on his life over the years.
On the evening of April 23, 2010, Fossa House pub in Cabra, Dublin, buzzed with celebration as laughter and the clinking of glasses filled the air. Amidst the joyous occasion, however, an ominous presence loomed outside. At around 10 p.m., a red Volkswagen Passat pulled up to the pub, disgorging several armed individuals whose identities were hidden behind masks. While one of them stationed himself outside, another intruder ventured into the pub with a specific target in mind. Guided by an accomplice already inside, he moved with unsettling precision, commanding everyone to seek cover as he closed in on his mark. Moments later, chaos erupted as gunfire shattered the once vibrant atmosphere of the pub. Among the attendees was Eamon Dunne, a notorious figure from Finglas who had risen to prominence in the Irish criminal underworld. How had a man with no prior criminal record ascended to the notorious status of Ireland's public enemy number 1? Let's delve into it. Born in 1974, Eamon Dunne hailed from the working-class neighborhood of Cabra on Dublin's north side. Despite coming from a respectable family and displaying intelligence and diligence, his life took an unconventional turn after leaving school in 1993 when he ventured into a life of crime. During the 1990s, amidst the flourishing clubbing scene and a surge in recreational drug use across the country, Dunne saw an opportunity. He capitalized on the growing demand for substances like ecstasy, speed, and cocaine. As his illicit business expanded, he formed a partnership with Marlo Hyland, a notorious figure in Dublin's underworld and a longtime friend. Their collaboration blended Hyland's strategic insight with Dunne's unwavering determination, making them a formidable duo in the criminal landscape. Dunne and Hyland never shied away from any challenge, tackling tasks regardless of their difficulty. Dunne's first encounter with law enforcement occurred in the late 90s when a chilling discovery was made during a routine car stop, a man bound in the trunk of his vehicle. Despite his arrest at the scene, Dunne managed to evade conviction due to insufficient evidence. However, this incident firmly placed him on the authorities' radar, propelling his trajectory into the spotlight. Characterized by a sharp uptick in violence, Eamon Dunne's network extended beyond Marlo Hyland to include another notorious figure, Eamon Kelly. Kelly, whose criminal endeavors began in his teenage years, had affiliations with the IRA and rubbed shoulders with some of Ireland's most infamous underworld personalities. Acting as a mentor not only to Dunne and Hyland but also to Gerry the monk Hutch, Kelly made headlines in 1993 when he received Ireland's lengthiest sentence for cocaine smuggling, 14 years for trafficking a kilogram valued at €50,000. By 2005, Dunne had ascended to a senior position in Dublin's criminal underworld. Previously flying under the radar, he quickly found himself among the elite of Gangland circles. Despite this rise, Dunne had managed to steer clear of implication in any Gangland-related murders. However, this changed dramatically in August 2005 with the disappearance and subsequent discovery of the lifeless body of convicted drug dealer Andrew Dillon in North County, Dublin. Although suspicions pointed towards Dunne as the perpetrator, the lack of forensic evidence made it challenging to establish concrete proof. Until then, Dunne and Hyland's criminal activities had largely been confined to Dublin's Gangland scene. However, this changed with the murder of Latvian mother of 2 Baiba Saulite at her home in Swords in November 2006. Married to a Lebanese man incarcerated for attempting to abduct their children, Saulite had no ties to organized crime. According to authorities, she became a target of imprisoned gangsters. It is believed that Dunne enlisted the services of an assassin from a notorious criminal family in Limerick, with Hyland playing a role in organizing the hit. Once again, despite suspicions, Dunne managed to evade law enforcement's grasp. As dynamics shifted within Marlo Hyland's organization, the murder of Baiba Saulite escalated pressure on him, causing the once confident crime boss to become increasingly paranoid. His erratic behavior sparked suspicions among fellow criminals, who began to question whether Hyland might be cooperating with authorities. Eamon Dunne and others in Hyland's employ grew apprehensive, fearing Hyland's intentions, which appeared increasingly unpredictable. Tragically, in 2006, Hyland met his demise, murdered in his sleep. The violence claimed the life of an innocent plumber who happened to be present in the same house. Dunne, one of Hyland's closest associates, was suspected of facilitating the killer's escape by driving the getaway car. Dunne had long been seen as the apprentice godfather, biding his time until he could seize control of Dublin's drug trade. Following Hyland's demise, Dunne consolidated his power, leading to a wave of violence that claimed the lives of numerous individuals, many of them young and barely involved in criminal activities beyond minor drug transactions. Dunne's gang was linked to 17 Gangland murders over the subsequent 3 years. The spree of violence continued into 2007 with the fatal shooting of 27-year-old John Daly, a Finglas criminal who gained national notoriety for phoning into RTE's Liveline from his cell in Portlaoise prison.
John Daly's on the line. John, good afternoon to you.
How's it going? All right?
Yeah, you're in Portlaoise prison at the
I'm in
moment.
Portlaoise, yeah. There's only one place it can be. Paul Williams knows that very well.
Okay, take your time now, John.
Okay, I will do. How's it going, Alan? All right?
Not too bad. Yourself?
Yeah, pops. Thanks for the postcard while you're away.
Oh, bother.
Now, Mr. Williams, how many thousand people did you say read your newspaper every Sunday?
Almost a million.
All a million. Did you know how much lies you tell every week? Did you know that I sent a registered posted letter today with an article of that newspaper you just wrote, saying that I carried out armed robberies when I get out on my review?
But you're in
2003, that I did not get arrested for any armed robberies.
You're in prison serving how many years?
Doesn't matter how many years I'm serving.
Actually, where do you get the mobile phone to ring out?
Who told you I had a chat against Alan Bradley, who was a friend of mine who I grew up with?
John,
I have a complaint in against this, because if I did not know Alan Bradley and Alan Bradley did not know me, you were kicking off a fucking Gangland war.
Okay, keep the language.
Okay, but that's what his intention is.
John, you're in prison at the moment for armed robbery for an Esso station, isn't that correct?
Back in 1999, I was 18 years of age.
And how many years are you serving in Portlaoise?
9 years. Finishing off 9 years.
You were let out of prison, then it was reactivated.
I'll go on holiday with Alan when I get out.
So you're denying that you threatened to kill Alan Bradley?
At the date, it was wrote in the Herald a week before Williams wrote it in the Sunday World. You check that date in that Herald, and you check this prison of when that Alan Bradley sent me a postcard that very same day.
And that's someone who left the country over.
How's it go?
Joe, if I could come in there.
Yeah, I just want to ask John Daly. John, are you still on the phone there?
Hello?
Are you still on the phone?
I can't stay long. I'm in a cell. Paul Williams, you are a lawyer. You make up lawyers to start war. If I did not know Alan Bradley and Alan Bradley did not know me, you would have kicked off a war there. People would have went to get one person before the other person got the other. Now I'm going. Get off the phone, you fucking lawyer.
Daly's call led to a nationwide search of prisons, uncovering over 2,000 phones and disrupting communications between leading criminals and their associates. Daly was shot dead the day after his release from prison, a consequence of the anger his actions had provoked within criminal circles. It's believed that Eamon Dunne joined forces with notorious Gangland killer Fat Freddy Thompson, currently serving a life sentence, and Paddy Doyle to eliminate the infamous Liveline caller. Dunne, who stood as the central force driving the bloodiest years of Gangland crime in Ireland, struck terror into the hearts of his fellow criminals. His reputation stemmed not only from the uncertainty of who might be his next target, but also from the intense scrutiny he faced from law enforcement. The escalating nature of Dunne's crimes appeared to spiral out of control, drawing significant attention from law enforcement agencies. His insatiable appetite for both violence and sexual encounters, coupled with his relationships with the women of notorious criminals, only heightened the risks he faced. Aware of the constant threats looming over him, Dunne took extreme precautions, showing no hesitation in eliminating anyone he perceived as a threat to his life. He remained vigilant, often wearing a bulletproof vest and rotating between various residences each night to evade potential attackers. By 2010, Dunne's killing spree had garnered too much attention on Ireland's crime bosses. Profits were declining, and Dunne's behavior was viewed as reckless, posing a threat to Dublin's drug trade. He had become a liability, and it was only a matter of time before a contract would be put out on his life, mirroring the fate of his mentor, Marlo Hyland. In the eyes of those in power, Dunne had become expendable. On that fateful evening in April 2010, Dunne sat towards the rear of the pub, having just placed an order for drinks. Typically vigilant, he habitually positioned himself to face the entrance. However, on this occasion, he faced the wall, a decision that would tragically seal his fate. As Chinese national Geng Xian, a part-time worker at the pub, approached Dunne's table to deliver the drinks, a gunman entered the establishment. With Xian awaiting payment for the 7-Up Dunne had ordered, the assailant wasted no time, firing 2 bullets that found their mark on Dunne. Despite his injuries, Dunne attempted to use a barboy as a shield, but the boy was quickly pushed aside as the gunman unleashed a volley of 10 more shots. 8 of these found their target, bringing Dunne's life to an abrupt end in front of his 16-year-old daughter. The entire harrowing ordeal transpired in a mere 30 seconds. While widely speculated that Dunne's murder was orchestrated by Eamon Kelly, no one was ever convicted for the crime. And with that, we conclude today's video. We invite you to share your thoughts on this topic in the comments section. And if you enjoyed this content, remember to like the video and subscribe to our channel for future updates.